What is going on, guys? It's Will Blandon. Today I want to switch gears a little bit, but I do want to remind you I am working on a holding company course. Get on my email list. You'll be the first to be notified about it when it comes out. I will have links below. Please get on that list. I will not bombard you with emails. I promise you will not be getting emails every week. More like once a month once I start launching the course. What I want to talk about today, though, is the beginning stages before you start your holding company. I recommend you sit down, you get one of these credit monitoring services like Credit Check Total, My FICO, Privacy Guard. Do not do Credit Karma. Credit Karma is not the same scoring system as the real credit scoring companies. So stay away from credit. Anything that's free. Any credit monitoring service that's free, it's not going to give you accurate scores. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm just being real. If you want accurate scores, you can't do Credit Karma. You know, it's enough to get you going to see where kind of see where you're at. But you'll notice once you get a real credit monitoring services and you compare it to Credit Karma, the numbers are off. Because Credit Check Total uses the accurate scores. Experian gets you the accurate scores. So, and Experian is doing that new credit boost. So, something to think about. But you want to get your accurate scores. You want to sit and evaluate. And if you're in the low sixes or under, I say go into credit repair. I say it's time, go into credit repair. See where you are and get those numbers up and find a good credit repair company. I don't want to release to the masses the credit repair company that I'm working with now because they are busy, because they're a really good company. If you personally email me after you get on my list, I will give you that company name that I'm using. It's a really good one. They get rid of your inquiries, which a lot of credit repair companies have trouble removing inquiries. This company can remove inquiries. But you got to get on my list. The link to get on my email list is below. This company is really good. They can boost your credit by probably 150 points. Now think about where you are right now. If you know your credit score number right now, add 150 points to that. Where does that put you? That puts a lot of you in the high sixes or mid 700s. The majority of you. Just having 150 points. That's going to put you in the sixes or the sevens. And once you get in the sevens, it's not going to be hard to go like add a trade line, say, and then get a decent sized loan. And with that personal loan, you could pay off some minor debt. I wouldn't say go too major because you got credit repair. You don't have to pay off a lot of those debts like you think. So don't try to pay off every debt. Pay off stuff like you have to, like I'm going to pay off my car note. I own about $9,000 on my car note. I'm going to completely wipe that debt out, get the title, trade it in towards a vehicle I can buy outright. I will put together a couple grand with that from the loan, buy a vehicle that I have no more car note. Now I'm in a much better situation financially. I have no more car note, which is a killer of most people's credit. And we're in a pandemic, guys. You don't want to have a car that could be repossessed. Think about that. If you run into a jam, the last thing you want to worry about is your car being repossessed. You want to have a car that you know is paid off. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay your car taxes on it, depending on what state you're in, but that's it. That should be your only worry, is paying off your car insurance and your taxes on it, which I'm eventually gonna move to a state where I don't even have to worry about the car taxes, but that's a whole nother video. So now you got the vehicle out of your name that has a car note, which is a credit killer. That's one of the reasons why I'm getting out of it. And now what you do to get that loan out of your name, now you take whatever you got left, start your holding company right away. Keep it a generic name. Start your holding company. Contact me. I will walk you through and help you. My fee is going to depend on what our agreement is. If you agree to give me, say, a percentage in the company, there may be no cash out of pocket. If you agree to give me just straight cash out of pocket, we can come to terms on that, and then you walk away with your holding company, and you'll be happy in 4 to 6 months. That's another thing. You got to be patient. All this processing is going to take 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months, but that's okay once I let you know the other details. So now what you're going to do is, you got good personal credit. You got a trade line on there. I'll help you find some trade lines so you can avoid getting into any more credit card problems. Hopefully the credit repair is going to take care of all your old bad debt. In some cases, it could be like 2 months where they can clean up your credit and get 150 points. Like in my case, I don't think mine is that bad. I think in about 2 months, I'm going to be where I need to be, like 700s, where I can go. I'm already starting the holding company in the credit repair, so I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, but I could just take this money, fund my holding company, and pay this car note off, and purchase my used vehicle that I own outright. But what you're going to do is, now you pass that step, the companies that I'm working with, they're going to guarantee you at least $20,000 in spendable corporate credit that they're building while they're building your holding company. So you don't even have to think about it. You're going to pay this company, your holding company's building, you can go to work every day. They're going to keep you updated with emails and phone calls, don't worry, so that you could talk to somebody and be like where they are in the process. And they're going to show you where they are in the process. In about 4 to 6 months, you will have enough corporate credit to hopefully pay off that entire personal loan you took out. Very possible, very doable. So what you want to do is get that loan out of your name. So you pay that loan off. You paid the minimum monthly payment, but now you're paying off the entire loan with corporate credit. So now you only have business debt, which is fine. You only have one business loan. You're going to pay it like normal, but you're going to start using your side hustle money to pay on that debt. And now you should be in the 800s at this point. If you've been following along, your credit score should be in the 800s. It's going to drop a little bit because you paid off some stuff. Like when I paid the car note off, it's going to drop a little bit. But when I add a trade line, it's going to go back up. So eventually it should go to 800s. Once you're in that bracket, it should be 2021 already. You waited 4 to 6 months, which is perfect. The prices next year will still be low on cars, homes. Now, for a single family home right now, I would say it is anywhere on average where I am, 100 to 200,000 for a decent single family home. But guess what? We're in a pandemic. That same amount could get you a 2 to 3 family that doesn't even need any repairs. So my goal is to jump right into a 2 to 3 family, get one floor empty, whatever you got to do to get in one of those floors. So that'll be your living environment on one of those floors. If the entire building's empty, fix up one floor. Figure out where you want to live in the building, but don't update that unit. Update from the bottom up. If you're smart, if you have a 2 to 3 family, always move on the top floor yourself. The reason being is the bottom floors can rent for more money. Especially the very ground level floor. Don't never move in. I've seen a lot of landlords move in on ground and floor because they're lazy and don't want to go up steps when they can get more money for the ground level. So you want to move to the very top. If you have 3 floors, move to the very top. Don't update it. Do very little updates. I mean, if you need some updates to live, I get it. You need a new stove, whatever. But update the bottom floors flawlessly. If somebody's living there, don't update it. Pick an empty floor, update that floor. You can ask your tenant if they sign a new lease and pay whatever amount more, say $100 more a month, they can move to the updated floor. Let's say it's the middle floor. You go back down, you fix up that bottom floor. Now you can rent that bottom floor for even more money. And remember, you're on the top floor. Another reason why I like to be on the top floor, you don't have any children and anybody walking over your head. You don't ever want anybody walking over your head, and the bottom floor is rent for more money. So if you move in a building and it's fully rented, that's okay too. In this case, what I recommend is you just rent where you want to move, where you're living. You just rent while you're getting some of your income from the property. Eventually, you'll have enough money where you can go buy another building. You'll have enough corporate credit, enough business credit, and you got money coming in. I would say go buy another building. Instead of going to buy a single family house for yourself, go try to get another 2 to 3 family while you're renting, and try to move in again, try to move in to that building. This is the steps that I'm going to take to generate my future wealth. And all along, you want to do stuff like Z-Tegrity, Z-Blackheart. If you haven't already, check that out. I have a link below. There's my card. Z-Tegrity, Z-Blackheart. You can make up to $400 every time you market this service. You know? At the very bare minimum, you can make $25. So you want to look into that. I have a link below for that. Because you're going to need some side hustle money until you get to this stage. You know? So you need some side hustles going on. If you're skilled, you're a painter, you're doing cleaning, whatever you got to do. If that's not your main job, make that your side hustle. All your side hustle money should go into your holding company. Your regular job funds should be the only funds that go into your personal bank account. All your side hustle money, put it into your holding company. All the money that you don't want to burn until you start buying property, put it into your holding company. Now, when you're ready to deploy some of this money, when you're ready to deploy this money and buy your home, what you want to do is put the down payment that you're going to put on the property in your personal account 2 to 3 months before you buy. The reason for that is you don't want them asking questions about your company, about your holding company and all that stuff. You don't want them asking questions, especially if you set it up the way I do, where nobody knows you own it. I just want on paper, I'm going to look like an employee of my holding company. So I'm going to get a check from my holding company, a check from my job. You're going to bring both pay stubs from those and be like, this is the money I make on a week-to-week basis. That's going to show how much you're going to get approved for a mortgage. Once you get the mortgage in their name, then we could talk about how to get it in a LLC out of your name, owned by your holding company. Because if you're like me in a lawsuit, you don't want anybody to take your properties. So you want all this stuff under your operating company that is owned by your holding company. Eventually, all my stuff's going to be this way. I'm talking properties. I may even put my vehicle, I'm probably going to register my vehicle under my business. Just because I don't want anything owned by me in the event of a lawsuit. So now when I'll be driving around, I'll have the combination plates. Say my new vehicle will be under Chennai business. It's paid for outright, so they're not going to argue with you what name you put it in. You can get it registered and everything under your LLC. One of your operating LLCs, put your car in. Now your car can't be taken away. This is the power of this stuff. So now me personally, Will Blandon, gets into some trouble with the law or whatever. We don't want that, but they can't take my holding company. They can't take my vehicle. They can't take my home. Because everything's not in my name. It's all owned by my companies that are owned by my holding company. But it all starts with good personal credit. So again, if you want the name of the credit repair company that I'm going with, because I'm going to tell you, when you start researching credit repair companies, don't go with creditreport.com. I think that's the name of it. Credit repair, creditreport.com. Don't go with that company, because I've already researched it. I've had that company. Some of these companies will drag out your credit repair on purpose just so they could charge you $100 a month. Where the company I go with will charge me a low one-time fee, and they just clean up everything for the year. So this is the power of this stuff. But it starts with you evaluating your personal credit. See where you are. If you're in the high 700s, I would not even worry about the credit repair. You know, because the minute you add a trade line, your credit's going to go up anyway. So I would just take out the loan if you can. If you already have a PPP loan or a EIDL loan or whatever, just get your holding company. Even if you already have a business, set up a separate holding company, and then down the line, what I would do is have your holding company, you're going to sell your business to your holding company for asset protection. We'll say you have a bodega over here in your own name. That's really bad. You have your bodega in your own name. Set up your holding company. You're going to set up another operating company, LLC, which you're going to make own your bodega. You could do it that way. So now your bodega is no longer in your name. It's owned by your operating company, which is in turn owned by your holding company. This stuff is totally doable, and I'm going to prove it to you, because I'm going through the steps as we speak to get all this stuff going. You know, and if you want to see more about this, get on my email list, shoot me out an email. Will, I'm in. You know, I'll give you the name of the credit repair company I'm working with. After you get a credit monitoring service, get that first. Get the credit monitoring service. A lot of them let you try it out for free or $1 for 7 days or 15 days or whatever it is. Do that first. Then go into credit repair. They're going to want your credentials to log into your credit repair, your credit monitoring service. You could trust them. Go in there, let them look at your stuff. They're going to get you that 100 to 150 points. Some people, it may take longer. Like with me, it may only take 2 months. With you, it may take 4. You know, so you may have to be patient. But the minute you get that done, and you're able to get some funds that you didn't have before to get all this stuff going, you're going to be thanking me. You're probably going to email me, Will, thank you, whatever. You're right. And then you're going to still buy my holding company course, because there's going to be some tips and tricks in there that I probably won't discuss on the channel. So you're still going to need to get the course. And I will catch you guys. Please subscribe, like, and comment. This has been Will Blandon. I need that thumbs up. Help support the channel. And I will catch you guys in the next video.